Fox and the Path of Goodness. Once upon a time there was a young fox named Violetta who lived in a lush forest at the foot of a large mountain. Violetta was known by all the animals in the forest for her cleverness and her desire for adventure. Every day she explored new corners of the woods, always on the lookout for something interesting to discover. One day, while Violetta was wandering among the trees, she found a nest of little birds. She felt a deep regret thinking about how easily it would be to take those small, defenseless creatures. And so she did. She stole the eggs and took them away with her. However, as she was leaving, she heard a faint cry. Turning around, she saw the mother bird looking at her with eyes full of tears. "Please return my eggs," pleaded the bird. "They are all I have in the world." Violetta, however, decided to ignore the request and continued on her way. That day she felt triumphant, but at night, as she curled up in her den, an unusual feeling of unease began to make its way into her heart. The next day, as she wandered aimlessly, she came across an old wise owl named Gideon. "Violetta," said the owl with a calm but stern voice, "I heard what you did yesterday. You took a family away from its mother. That is not right." Violetta stiffened but replied proudly, "I'm a fox. It's in my nature to take what I want." Gideon shook his head. "Not everything we can do is right to do. The difference between good and evil is not only in actions, but in the consequences of those actions. When you do wrong, you do not just hurt others, but you hurt yourself as well." That night, as the fox reflected on the owl's words, Violetta heard a desperate cry. She followed the sound and found a small fawn trapped among the branches of a fallen tree. Without a second thought, the fox used all her strength to free the fawn. Even though she was exhausted, she managed to pull it out. The fawn thanked her with eyes full of gratitude. In that moment, Violetta understood. She realized that helping others rather than harming them gave her a sense of joy and satisfaction she had never felt from stealing or deceiving. She returned to her den with a lighter heart. The next day she sought out the mother bird and returned the eggs she had stolen. "I'm sorry," Violetta said. "Now I understand the pain I caused you." The mother bird looked at her with a sweet smile and said, "We can all make mistakes, but what matters is learning from them." From that day on, Violetta became known not only for her cleverness, but also for her kindness. She helped the other animals in the forest whenever she could, becoming an example of how one can change and improve. And so Violetta the fox learned the difference between good and evil, not through strength or fear, but through understanding and repentance. And the forest became an even more harmonious and happy place thanks to her new friendship and wisdom.